My research primarily focuses on infrastructure performance in relation to project delivery method. In the US, when we're talking about project delivery method for highway or transportation projects, we're talking about design bid build or DBB, design build or DB, or public-private partnership, or P3 for short. Design bid build or DBB means that the project is performed in a linear fashion. So the public owner or any type of owner performs design first, completing from 0% to 100%, and then they let out the project for construction. That's called the bid period, and then we're talking about the build period or construction period. So linear fashion, design, bid, build. For design build or DB, we're talking about single source of responsibility for design and construction combined. So in essence, the contractor performs the final design and the construction. By final design, I mean usually from 30% design to 100% design if it's like a highway project. And the advantage of design build is that by having single source of responsibility, the contractor has more risk, and there may be a cost premium associated with that, but they're supposedly by design to complete the project faster because they were able to overlap design and the construction because they're doing it all together. They're not waiting for the design to complete first and then they perform the construction. We call that fast track process. So they can start design on the essential component, for example, the civil works, digging, and then at a certain point, they were able to engage construction immediately. So the idea is to have a faster process there. And for P3, or public-private partnership, usually that involves a design-build component in the construction phase, but we're adding operation maintenance or financing onto that. The most typical process that's used in the US highway sector is design, build, finance, operate, maintain, DBFOM, which is a P3 type. And we're talking about combining all these services together under one entity that's a concessionaire or the developer of that project. And that project is contracted with the public owner to perform all those services. I look at federal highway data and specifically look at the cost and the schedule performance for major transportation projects. And I look at if P3 or DB has an effect in lowering costs over time or shortening the construction duration over time compared with the traditional delivery method, DBB. I was able to conclude that DB and P3 has better schedule certainty than DBB. In terms of cost, there's no significant difference. Perhaps part of the reason is that there's a big variance in the P3 and DB achievement percentage. We can't say that DBB performs less good than DB and P3 because there's no significant difference on the achievement side, but they set goals more conservatively than P3 and DB. But in terms of schedule certainty, yes, DB and P3 has more schedule certainty than DBB. But in terms of cost, there's no significant difference.